What did you make of that visit by Johnson on his way out, Zelensky desperate to have him there? Why did he do it?
Well, it's very much the old Boris I knew and sat opposite at the Daily Telegraph. Bit of a performer, bit of a put-it-on. But funny enough, do you remember about Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's? She wasn't really a phony, because she was really phony about the things that she was phony about. Actually, Boris really believes in things like that. Yes, we heard the Churchillian rhetoric. It was a performance, but it wasn't a hollow performance. Actually, in a funny way, it's one of the things he really cares about. I think it's something in the family history, and he will be following this through.
Yeah, but when I only butt in for clarity, because you mean he really believes that sovereign states are entitled to be defended, and that democracy overrules tyranny.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what Boris was saying, and it's supported by his former editor, my editor, former editor too. We have our differences, but superb piece in the Telegraph by Charles Moore today,
brilliant article,
saying this. That, look, this isn't a quick fix. And what Boris and Charles are saying, if you stopped it now, OK, we surrender. We'll serve up Zelensky as a sacrificial lamb. Oh, that'll turn on the cheap gas. That is not what's going to happen. That's what Gerhard Schröder, former Chancellor of Germany, working on his old pupil, Mr. Scholz, seemed to be saying, oh, can't we get Nord Stream, not 1 working properly, Nord Stream 2, but let's get the new Nord Stream 2 working. It's not going like that because of the way Putin has moved. Yeah. Putin is the centre of the problem at the moment. There always was going to be a problem over gas and gas supplies globally, but he has made it acute.
The flip side of that coin, then, is clearly Zelensky, because I buy into 100% what you described about what Boris really believes in and why it mattered to him. It was very crucial, even in Zelensky's eyes, that this mattered to him. And it was he who said in the last 48 hours, we've got to ask folk to hang on in there behind us and not lose the message simply because we've lost our friend Boris Johnson.
Zelensky is another tremendous communicator. That's the thing. He's one of these people, as I said, he's like Gina Lollobrigida and Elizabeth Taylor back in the day. The camera really loves him, and he knows about that. And he feels he's keeping it on. He slightly exceeds himself. We're hearing a bit of tension between him and his commanders. And I'll give you a for instance. He is banging on, and the West, I think, have done this too much about there must be a counter-offensive on Kherson. No, the military critics are saying don't harbour, husband your resources. If you go for a big counter-attack on Kherson, you may really blow away valuable assets. I just park that. But why Boris connects, particularly with Zelensky, is that he connects with the people of Kiev. Actually, they respond to him on the streets. A warm character. This is why the show is actually not insubstantial. It's part of the substance of keeping morale going.